of Grand Farmington. All songs of Duchess Floriana the 12th.
We're really lost. We rented a car this morning in Nice, which is in France. We left the car to do a little bird watching.
Oh, you've come to the right place. I've written a book about a bird, perhaps you've heard of it. Mighty 20 Birds of Grand Farmington.
I've never heard of Finland.
You are in Grand Farmington. This is our national forest, and I am Chief Franklin, Coley Baxter.
Please, which way's the road?
But wouldn't you like to see our forest? It has a variety of trees, a waterfall 20 feet high, and a haunted oak where a mad hunter is supposed to hang himself.
So does the park in Peoria, Illinois. We do hardly sign for the main site.
I could take you on a quick tour. Go past the country just because it's small.
How small?
5 miles long by 3 miles wide.
I suppose it's one of the tax-making places.
Grand Farmington was founded by a roving man named English Bowman before the discovery of America.
It's very interesting.
The father of our country, Sir Roger Fenwick, came to France with Edward III, and he stayed on to form a free company of his own, which he wanted to set. Our flag was first raised in the year 1370.
What did your flag look like?
A double eagle. From one beak the eagle say yay, and from the other nay.
So why would you keep it France?
Charles the Wise.
Why would you let Finland get away with it?
Twice Charleston expeditions and twice they were repulsed, thanks to the power of the English longbow.
But after that?
Sir Roger had the good fortune to establish this such an extraordinary location, and as a result,
What's so extraordinary about it?
no coal, no iron, no oil, no precious metals, no all over the waterways.
No wonder you left blood.
It wouldn't take me long to point out some of our native birds.
How can a nation 5 miles back where you claim native birds?
How can your village Baltimore play Norway? The only being who could really pass on the nationality of bird is the bird.
Okay, you've got birds. Anything else?
An excellent wine with an unusual bouquet. It's our only export in the old Grand Farmington.
We must get back to the road. Yay or nay?
That way just walks straight.
I'm sorry we can't take time for your coming too.
We also have a unusual variety of field mouse, and it's kind of like our country, but
Goodbye. Oh, if you're in Peoria,
go ahead, think of a chair.
Tully!
Yes. What can I ask you? What is it?
Tully! You're running up the castle.
Me?
Yes, there's an emergency meeting called at the Privy Council.
Well, why would they want me?
I don't know, there really must be an emergency.
When you're solid as a 22-year-old girl, you never know what to expect. I used to see her a lot. Now it's just an emergency.
Tully! If the meeting should be about life reaction, can you put in a word for modern methods? This country around Greece, they make their feet circle, and it's really hard to get around.
Say, it is an emergency. Come on.
Our people expect us to do something.
Our people should leave these questions to that hereditary need.
Finding the Constitution inconvenient again?
I just say it's too bad that the 12th county mandatory has to debate policy with Mrs. Medicare, the Senate of Central Europe. starting to be successful, just appear successful.
So the Americans will know this tonight.
Save us from the communists? What's a trick? Even if the trick were successful, we wouldn't be saved. We have sold all honor. We have deliberately defrauded another nation.
Your principles are magnificent. Meanwhile, I've got to save the Dutchies.
Save us from what?
Bankruptcy.
You can't do it honorably until we're safe. Oh,
Oh, what am I to do?
why don't we just raise the prices from the old grain field? There's a big demand for it.
Not anymore. Some vineyard in a place called California is using our labels, the picture of our capital, and selling it at half our price.
They call it paper of grain everywhere. They ruin our economy.
What's the honor of the course now?
Official letters are made against so there's fraud and false preparations.
With such letters, they're ignored.
And in that case, our demands being just, we'll have to enforce it.
How?
We can't let them ruin us. If they don't respond to our protests, we will have to declare war.
War?
A declaration? I don't know what the has passed.
Against the United States of America.
And to make certain there's no misunderstanding, see the registered mail, return your receipt requested.
So, we've got no resources, no factories, no weapons, and only 6,000 people.
When we are in the riots,
Single-minded and consider the consequences.
if they want to negotiate honorably, we will have to fight regardless of the consequences.
Which are that we lose. You study recent history. You realize that the consequences of losing a war, the United States would need it. History shows. This has to be considered.
Consider? What are you? If there's anything what I need, you will reach the right decision. And I offer myself as the first volunteer.
You may have solved our problems, Ellie. You really have. You see us here duty to admire our things.
Good to see you, Glory.
Good to remember how ours.
He will do that. Completely right with his senses. Our history doctor was a very lunatic.
I wouldn't say that. But perhaps we will for everyone.
Who are you
I'm
talking about?
not joking. It's hardly necessary to say that we lose. Of course we lose. And think of the consequences. We have to fight regardless of the consequences. Mr. Baskin has to do.
Stop the serious fighting among ourselves. These matters
Much
are.
too important to be what two girls made into these pomegranates, but they are what to me, Uncle.
You've been reading from Benjamin Campbell of military geniuses who defy all odds.
I have been studying Medici, Madonie, Disraeli, politicians who had to live by their whips, because we haven't much else.
I don't care what you mean. I can't be
And
jeopardized.
also, we know about government, written by some Italian.
Italian?
Full practical suggestions, a little drastic perhaps, but as a last resort,
Machiavelli?
that's the one. I also came across a girl who had a way with difficult associates. Regretted Bourgeois. Does the pomegranate taste bitter?
Your Highness.
I don't understand. You were saying about the United States? If I remember my history books correctly, there are three more profitable undertakings than to declare war against the United States. But Highness! To be believed.
Probable to be defeated.
The ink is no sooner dry and surrender guns than the United States is rushing food, machinery, technical aid, and money to the former world.
Yes. That never occurred to me. That is what we do.
To avoid wrecking the former adversary's economy, they extend the most generous credits, the most favorable trade agreements. And that's just the beginning. You're sure about this? Don't you remember after World War II, all we did was Germany and Japan? Now their economy is a boom.
She's right. There one day, we vanquished Tuesday, rehabilitated down the wild streets by Friday night. I confess, when you were discussing this with Tony, you had me a little confused.
Actually, Tully's idea was a good one.
And he doesn't even realize it. The man is even more idiotic than I thought.
He's so simple-minded that he still believes I can prevail against all odds. It's an attitude that served us all in the 14th century when the French tried to invade. And I think we'll have to assume too, along with Tully and everyone else.
Yes, quite right.
Anyone you are really.
Exactly.
Our next step will be to dispatch a formal declaration. For the duration of this emergency, unresolved and powerless. For our battle cry, I suggest an appropriate slogan forward, regardless of the
To the President, Congress, and people of the United States of America.
Greetings. Whereas the Duchy of Grand Frederick has been a sovereign and independent nation since its founding in 1370 AD, and whereas the principal support of the Duchy of Grand Frederick has been during all these years production of an excellent and unique wine known to the world as Sauvignon Grand Frederick, and whereas the annual importation of the superior wine is being produced in quantity and sold at half the cost by certain wineries in the city of San Rafael, in the state of California, which is part of the geographical territory of the United States of America. And whereas the sale of this spurious product runs a lively for the Duchy of Grand Frederick, therefore be it resolved that the Duchy of Grand Frederick holds the sale of this wine unwarranted, unjust, and persistent planned actual aggression against the Duchy. Therefore be it resolved that the Duchy of Grand Frederick, having taken all steps that can be to remedy the matter peacefully, does here and now declare that a state of war exists between itself and the United States of America. The signatures follow.
Gloriana the 12th, Duchess of Grand Frederick. I can see a reporter good enough to name like Gloriana, but these other two signatures I don't understand. Dee Benson, leader of the Revolutionist Party, and Nacho, leader of the Anti-Revolutionist Party.
You think the president will be able to get out of this?
She's a little everywhere.
I don't know whether the Grammys, Father, or send it to the New Yorkers.
To tell you the truth, I'm a little edgy myself.
Sir, when you reach Columbia, be careful.
I'll try, but I'm not as fast as I was. I hope the students are less tonight.
Close it up, hot Bob. I'm having a good time.
understand right here is our set up some temporary security, better prepares for escape arrangement in case the protest outside protects the fire. If it does, bring out the professor, whether he likes it or not, and the quiet.
There won't be any old-fashioned decorations and gore after this. Anyone with a Q-bomb fires one shot and it's over.
Chief, speaking of the declaration for war, a funny thing happened with the State Department. This declaration, absolutely hilarious. You see, it had a double-headed eagle that's... Yes, well, we need some other time.
The Americans are I'll take the reveal, taking the summer!
Oh,
Demonstrations at Columbia University seem to be reaching a new climax as students protest what they claim is a secret weapons research project being carried out at the Defense Department. The university administration will neither confirm nor deny the charge. Meanwhile, the protest demonstration appears to be growing. But before we go back to the music, here's an oddity from our news desk. The ocean liner of the United States reported that shortly after clearing New York harbor this morning, they sighted what looked like a small French fishing vessel flying a peculiar and unknown flag. They called Flower Manual and asked to identify itself and were answered by a flight of arrows. Repeat, a flight of arrows. And I was worried about those new orbital bombs.
Professor, please, I think we've never heard.
It's not that they refuse to recover. Sure, it doesn't cause some concern.
When I was a student, I had to study all the time. These upsets. I think the feelings of hostility. They just don't appreciate the work Professor Coke has done. And if they're going to as well.
Now, hostility is one thing, but this anxiety, particularly the rational views, and these students, look at them.
They're coming up on us, and they're marching.
What kind of crazy outfits? It looks like they're wearing armor.
Nobody wears. You're right about this, Professor. I am doing one of the rational things. Come on, let's get out of here.
I see what happens if you angles of my own. My hangover's paranoia. I feel like I'm being shot at by bows and arrows.
Come on, let's make this up. Left, right, coming. All right, guys. At ease. Men of Grand Mountain are into the heartland of Italy. We are in New York. So far as I can tell, our exact location is the intersection of the roads Broadway and number 161. 161 road? There's even more. Silence in the ranks. Jamie. We'll give them a belly full of war as soon as we find their army. They'll wait, guys. They'll wait us to this
They'll take a lot of fun.
Anyone wants you to face on us for the service of going on? Get us our mouths to the river and wait for the call on the boat. Boy, there's a vehicle coming up the road that looks military. Pull them up here. Army car. Steady, men. You two boys, shoot out that white eye. We'll come before you fire if necessary, but we want them alive. Fire up that way. Fire! What do you think you're going to throw out some of my cheeks? If you think you can take on the United States Army, you're going to do a big surprise! Hey! Bring him here! This is more like you. They're maniacs! Psychopaths!
Don't touch me!
You'll get 20 years, solitary confinement, with hard labor. Why? You're messing with the general action. You almost caused the press on the floor.
Let me guess. You're filming a movie scene from you, William Tell.
Actually, we are producing hostilities with the United States. You're all first prisoners of war. Boys, protest all you want, and dissent. I believe in dissent, but you're not commencing hostilities. It's not war. It's war! You'll be treated like war with Virginia Convention. You don't understand. This is serious. It affects the security of our entire nation. The church of the United States.
Don't say anymore!
About what?
My
Is it a weapon? It's chemicals. Well, like it's just chemicals, then no! Ah!
All right. It's a bomb.
You should have said so. Such a small bomb.
That small bomb will blow up all New York, us the Philadelphia, and Boston.
Even though it's filled with gunpowder, it could blow up one building.
He's lying, Kelly.
I don't think so. But why would you build such a bomb?
It's so powerful. Makes war out of the question. The peace weapon.
I see. Well, Grant, they don't be so small we can use a peace weapon. Fall in. We want you back to the river. Run! You made it. Return to the water. You'll never go anywhere with us now.
Perhaps. Meanwhile, in line. Move, prisoner.
People, help us. Bring hands up. I would generalize. Five miles. Focusing flag. 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 People. Flag. Something. Flag. 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 Get ball. Flag. Flag. Flag.
How about that?
Somebody were coming up here.
Get involved. We don't lost it. Call the snakes upon them.
Still no answer. Ma'am, they're waiting for you at your viewing stand. If you don't go to it, you'll miss all of it. My technical lines right to Professor Cook's quarters. It's including availability. We have pictures all day. Probably spending all of the time in the laboratory. Unless I do a regular college in there. I don't want to go to the game switchboard. I could do a college journal snippet, but I don't have an answer either. Just back at some students at the campus administration. Really getting out of hand this time. They're doing report stuff, storing armor. I should have let the professor continue such extensive work with the military. You should make an appearance to a viewing stand. The military is putting on the greatest armed forces state parade ever. It helps restore confidence. I can't be yet. The Secretary of State's on his way over. Have a good night. Open the window again. It doesn't mention the player and things. Sure, the military armor worth billions, but it isn't as powerful as that or just a certain form of hydrogen. When I say a form of hydrogen, you understand. I speak to the world. That's best to send them right there.
Madam President,
I've been hiding in the side office because of the direct line to focus. He hasn't answered since this morning.
probably hold up in this laboratory. I have the FBI here to see me. Chief, I have something incredible to tell you.
I called in the FBI about 4 hours ago, but they're under wraps. It's not only security, but it's that temperamental professor.
The professor's under restraint. Perhaps you can wait for a few days rest.
That might explain General Sickett. He's gone along keeping an eye on things.
If he's missing too, then I'm sure that you're going. Chief, the reason I wanted to see you, it's unbelievable.
I've already had a preliminary report from the FBI, but it's just trifling. Some vandalism at Columbia during the protests, a peculiar flag on the flagpole, and some ridiculous report from the soldier. That sort of thing.
I wanted to see you about building a flag myself.
I can do it.
It's so ridiculous. I don't know where to begin. A small shield was found in the street after the demonstration in New York. It was turned over to the museum, but they couldn't identify the threat. They thought that the State Department might recognize it.
I'm so much on my mind.
Please. See, military specialists identified it as the present Grand Canyon, a tiny duchy found in the 14th century.
That's interesting, but
You have to get the rest. You see, then I remember where I heard.
never mind, Benson. I'm much too busy.
Madam President, we are at war with Great Britain. Furthermore, we've been at war with them for weeks. Furthermore, there's evidence that we've been invaded by a force in that country, which apparently landed in New York and withdrew during the upset at Columbia.
You're back in your mind.
I was beginning to think so too, but not now. What does the flag look like? The one on the university flag.
A bird with 2 heads.
The flag of Grand Britain.
No.
My secretary's trying to locate the Declaration of War. And how do you guys enter the press?
You've seen such a document?
I thought it was a joke. The boys were questioning.
So would I. Are these people crazy or have they got some reason?
Apparently we threatened the livelihood.
We did it.
I've had a fresh investigation of the way since this morning. I find this country intentionally exports a particular wine, and an outfit in California put out a cheap invitation, sold a label and everything. Without knowing.
We're a reasonable nation. Why didn't they try a sensible approach?
They did. I find this in several perfectly valid protests.
What happened?
Someone said that one of those winemakers would come.
And
Winemakers used the protests in a series of advertisements of questionable taste, claiming the product was so similar to Farmington's protests.
oh,
We don't look very good this time, Chief.
I
American country. The military goes back to the 14th century.
Miss Wilkins, please open the window again. Just as impossible for this country to be invaded by 14th century Europeans.
Most powerful military display I've ever seen.
That favorite country. They send mail and protest about being next, but they never get away from the total. I tell them. What on earth? But seriously, Wilkins, I'm sure I know where it comes. Where was this found? It was picked up by a groundskeeper from the university. Think this barrel was 14th century European to you?
The 20th century Sears Roebuck. Gee, that's not even
Being invaded by men with bows and arrows. They either captured or killed General Smith. Miss Wilkins, did he say where this is from, Columbia? He said in the bush next to one of the laboratory buildings. Laboratory? You don't suppose if anything happened to Wilkins and they got to him and he finished the work.
Chief, you're right on the focus.
Hello, Wilkins? You'll have to talk loud. There's so much noise here. Who is this? Who is it? Mrs. Rayner. What are you doing on this line? Answer me. Well, this is the president. Oh, his house. I see. How is the professor? He's disappeared?
I never.
Can you tell me when he disappeared? During the demonstrations? Thank you for calling. What should I know what you should do with the sandwiches? Eat them yourself. Church up the window. Jeff Bob information will be coming over. What's the difference? Did they capture Cody's and the Q-bomb? And if it's fitted with that detonator, that little nation is the most powerful duchy in the world. They declared war on us. They invaded us and they beat us.
Must you guard me so closely?
Isn't this right? You can't drive in the channel before.
Stop complaining, Dad. It's a Thursday.
You call this happening a war? I wasn't no right. I did not say a peace like that halt. All right, at ease.
Kelly, why can't we charter a bus to take us from the seacoast back to Grand Thing?
We've had enough troubles without having to explain our business to the bus company. Besides, bus my job's a lot of fun.
Please, could I fix it so it would be safer?
You might make it too safe. Get this straight. You're not afraid. Not ever.
If they drop it, Mediterranean will disappear. To the Alps!
We're being very careful.
Kelly, why don't you back to Battleground?
Because we are about to march into our homeland.
We've been walking so many back roads in all these woods, how can you tell?
Didn't you hear?
Does it sound like someone driving the engine of a truck?
Nothing wicked field mouse.
Boy, this is no time for legends.
Some effect of the wind.
I tell you, I've seen them. And the only place they occur is in our national forest.
You and your abominable field mouse.
That's how I know we're close. Wait and see.
You rifle with
We are under strict security. All I said in the open Gibraltar was a bit about the return voyage. But they'll know we're all right.
Wait till they hear what happened. They'll be so proud.
What a surprise.
First thing, I'll report to Gloriana. Let's hurry along now. Attention! Last place. Forward march. Left, right, right, left, Thank you, Your Grace.
Well,
What's happening?
Briefly, Your Highness, we won.
What?
The force of the Grand Fleet return is always victorious.
What case is that? Did you call or?
Two letter.
You were you
With pride.
You marched ashore in broad daylight.
What we knew.
Oh,
We marched.
in New York City?
Our first definite location was the intersection of the 101st Road and why that's been called Broadway.
101 roads?
There's even more.
Carry what weapons?
Your Highness, carry long roads.
I continue on.
Yes, Your Highness.
tell us the truth, Rotato.
You hurried down.
Impossible. Have you one set of evidence to support this ridiculous fact?
With your permission,
Yes, the evidence.
Some document is transparent forgery. Bring in the prisoners.
Prisoners?
Left, 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 right, left, 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 right, left. Coming home.
Oh, gently. Oh, enough already.
yeah, knock it off.
Left, face.
This is James Snicket of the United States Army and two officers of the Women's Corps. Professor Combs is a nuclear physicist, and the object on the plate is the most powerful weapon created by Professor Combs, but now ours by right of conquest.
It doesn't look powerful. Alexander.
Don't touch it. You'll blow up everything.
Silence, and don't faint on parade.
Even if that is filled with
Yes.
That little box, that little box would blow up most of Europe.
You say that one more time.
You must have heard of nuclear weapons.
When I was in France, I heard something over the radio. What? They're powerful.
That little box is the most powerful, the only one of its kind.
the U-Haul. The United States will want it back.
What will they do to us?
What can they do?
Wait, we did win?
By ridiculous proof.
What are you saying? What? Put yourself together, man.
I said you won by ridiculous proof.
Don't you realize what you're saying?
He doesn't realize that's a Cuba.
Our Q-bomb.
Yes. I want to carry you to the dungeon.
Please, you must understand.
You just let me say, there wouldn't be any Q-bomb. He's not to be allowed near us.
Suppose it goes off accidentally.
And we will have to risk it.
Are you giving me orders now? I'm not advocating to you, Tully, or to anyone else. I said to take the Q-bomb to the dungeon.
You must involve
Silence.
Place it carefully on the straw. Would you give up your parole by mistake? The dungeon is so uncomfortable.
Yes.
Take the general and the president, yes.
We'll see you're quite comfortable.
Wait, take down the way to the room in your mind. This way, and help me settle. Thank you. I wouldn't mind looking careful, like, these two are terrible. We're only asking patients to care, but patients bad.
Will, see to the posting of order cards.
Without us asking permission,
With your permission,
Perhaps we should put some straw right past the road, the dungeon, you know, to deaden any vibrations. We'll consider it.
you certainly put us in a fine fix. Fix? You might as well have put an active volcano put it in the middle of our valley.
The Americans will never buy a wine. Not now.
but we're at war.
Yes, with
We didn't expect you to,
What are you trying to say?
they're concerned about Cuba.
Your Highness, I thought the concern was that my son was not doing his duty.
There doesn't seem to be any question on that.
Exactly what is the question?
don't take that talk about
I don't understand your concern.
Our concern. You placed us at the mercy of that breaker in the box.
Why don't we send it back?
And give up our victory?
If that box would go up, it would not only destroy our country, but also the Swiss, the French, the Dutch, the Germans, the Italians, indeed, all of Europe, which is the cradle of Western civilization. You deserve the most severe reprimand, impeachment, exile.
Did you want me to win? What was I supposed to do? Lose?
You can question us. The Privy Council will have to consider the situation private. Perhaps we'll watch this work another way.
Thank you. But before I go, I must return your favor. It was a comfort and an inspiration for you. If you'll remember when you first came into me, I said that I'd do my best. By your leave.
The proud thing, my son.
Wages of stars.
Getting too big for his boots because he's a lot
He
more.
was expressly to lose that war.
Yes, but he did
special BBC News summary with a direct quotation of the question put to the Foreign Secretary today in the House of Commons and his reply. The Honourable Member for North West Hampton rose to ask, is Her Majesty's Government aware of the reports that the Duchy of Grand Finland has declared war on the United States, invaded New York City and seized a bomb which, according to the report, is capable of destroying an enormous area? The Foreign Secretary rose and I quote his reply. Her Majesty's Government is looking into the facts of the case. Meanwhile, let me point out that those intrepid men from Grand Finland are of English extraction. There are cheers from both sides of the House. Now for another example of enlightened non-commercial radio. A recorded discussion of sheep ailments in Western Australia.
Try the United States.
Somewhere away. Here's some channel, but I don't know where.
Historical significance of the event. We continue our commentary in English.
Learn that way.
The proletariat of the independent state known as Grand Finland has been subjected to intolerable economic warfare by the imperialists of San Rafael and California.
Sound like America.
Placing themselves in the vanguard of the proletariat everywhere, they have invaded New York and captured the Cuban, which the barbarians money was averse have sought to destroy civilization.
That's America. They certainly have freedom of speech.
This Cuban has done which we, as a civilized people, are afraid of making ourselves, although it is well within the skill of our comrade scientists. And now for another example of superior socialist radio, a symposium on the diseases of sheep in the Western Kazakh.
Now, live from New York, we bring you an eyewitness account of that tiny country which is now, in a sense, the most powerful nation in the world. This program is also being broadcast by shortwave radio overseas.
And hold us a smile. Smile.
Now, we bring you inside Grand Finland. Ladies, what was your first impression of Grand Finland?
It's small, but once in time with Henry, just because it's small. We particularly wanted to see Grand Finland.
Well, how long were you there?
How long? I'll put it this way. Our stay there was all too short.
Well, what brought you there?
Volkswagen?
I need a reason.
Oh, bird watching. There's many natural birds.
A country that small.
The only being considered to pass on the nationality of the bird is the bird.
Well, did you notice anything?
The national forest has a variety of trees, a waterfall around 20 feet high and a hunter.
Well, so does the park in Patterson, New Jersey.
One other. As we came through the forest, we heard a tremendous roar.
Roaring, that's better.
We rushed, but there was nothing.
Let me add that there is also speculation that the Finwickians have a secret weapon. A transcript of this interview will be sent into the vinegar for... See. That's a wrap.
A stranger to the Pentagon? Maybe it was a super weapon. Perhaps. Well, it's like Hawaii, 2 high school auditoriums, and the DPOE. Like schedule for I've never seen the military so sensitive.
Wouldn't you be?
But such silly suggestions. Give me one plain Muslim paratroopers, Madam President, and I'll put the bomb back in 10 hours.
Technically, we're a war. We deal within our rights.
Would you want to deal with world opinions? Our own people wouldn't stand for it. More than 1 million of them are already wearing big buttons that are being spread and lived in with. When I think of the shabby way we treat that country, I'm choosing to murmur myself.
We can't allow the center of world military power to shift from here today.
Let's have your suggestions.
Retrieve the bomb, secret agents.
Everybody knows everybody in that country. A secret agent might have a chance.
Then you don't have an opinion. Overwhelm them with the light military rock.
We can move faster than they can touch off the bomb.
You won't believe it exploded.
Would you believe a small band of men carrying bows and arrows can come over on a chartered sailboat and invade the United States?
Gee, the thought of that crazy little country with the humor. Gives you abilities. What's to stop them before you...
I've been listening to Soviet broadcasts. There being more transmitters at Grand Finland than in North and South America combined.
You have to stop them before anything like that can happen.
I'm still open for suggestions.
You've eliminated the only alternative to yourself.
There's still one alternative.
What?
Super peace.
Why should they shoot for peace? They've got the humor.
Exactly.
Then I don't...
Get this the first time. They don't see for peace. We do.
We, the United States,
What else can we do?
super terms from the nation's whole population, wouldn't even make a good game of a football game. There must be a number of better alternatives.
Time to be running out while we're talking. You give me one better alternative right now, or get aboard a jet with a landing field nearest Grand Finland.
What terms are authorized?
Anything within reason. Tell them that the San Rafael Union has already been withdrawn from the market. If there's a
way to deal with these things is never the obvious. Just tell me.
You would what? You haven't told me anything.
Remember the motto of the Mount Joy family?
Defend the duchy through statecraft?
Precisely.
What about your family?
My dearest Liz, that you may continue to serve for all time. But this may not come to pass.
You're going away?
No, dearest. I propose the possibility that there may be your descendants to serve.
Why not?
To come directly to the point, your grace is unmarried.
She's much too young to start worrying.
Please, the royal line of Frederick is a dangerous distinction.
I can't be thinking about marriage or some crisis.
That's just how you should think of it.
I'm not sure I want to marry. Certainly I want to marry someone just because you feel it has political advantage.
You hold the destiny of a people in your hands, Floriana. Your marriage has to serve there.
That's old-fashioned nonsense, and I don't care to discuss it
The
further.
matter is much too vital for anything something people as personal affection.
I won't go into this
It's
uncle.
may affect the internal security of the realm.
How can marrying some bloodline affect our security?
The matter is much more urgent than you realize.
I'll tell you the man who defend our external security. Hi, and our internal security as well.
Doing some intelligence of political party and tender relationship with every frustration of your love proposal of appropriate match, and you will enjoy this marriage for the sake of your country.
Meaning?
For compelling reasons, you must marry Tully Baxter.
What? Tully Bascom?
I realize that this is a terrible blow. These Polish characteristics matters than the National Forest. So stubborn.
What's compelling reasons, uncle?
One of the most popular men in the country is also the most ambitious. It's a dangerous situation.
You're confusing me.
You see how people feel about him. They can't do anything he suggested.
That doesn't mean he's unreasonably ambitious.
A young man who, contrary to the intention of his ruler, wins a war against the United States is not to be trusted where ambition is concerned.
He's practically taking personal charge of that terrible job, and he won't listen to anyone.
You must have noticed his constant insubordination. Suppose you decided now to form a subversive party.
Married from someone?
United to your grace and nationalism, his popularity would be directed to the throne, but by that same step, his ambition would automatically be gratified. Then perhaps he need neither to stand rid of that bond between trusted ministers.
I confess you're persuasive, uncle.
There's our patriots.
It's country first with that girl. It's far from so, uncle.
Oh,
We don't know how he feels. I mean, he may not want to marry me. Of course he will. I don't even know if he likes me at all anymore. I know he never do something that, well, it shows that someone cares about you. All he talks about now is you.
oh, that's the clear one, you know. If he is on certain times, you should get the match so that we need it. That's afternoon.
It's absolutely impossible. His mind is on other things entirely. There's no way in the world to get him to ask.
Well, it's not his place to ask.
Not his place.
Oh, as a rule of their family, the proposal has come from you.
Me?
Why can't you regard the matter as completely impersonal?
I just don't know, Uncle. There's nothing wrong with the walk to the National Forest. Perhaps you'll meet and get some coffee.
Nonsense! Locate the man at once and tell him he's getting married.
Must I do it that way, Uncle?
You're sorry, Gloriana. I can only urge the custom and example of your ancestors.
I think I'll go out for a while.
It's a lovely day for a walk.
The way Tony is now, it's such an easy walk. Feels easy. If this marriage should take place, you think he'll let us get rid of that fog?
It's psychology.
Because the marriage will take his mind off the fog?
Because the marriage will make you feel important. The reason he's so protective of the Cuban now is his status symbol.
Not bad! You dare! Stop! Shame on you!
Leave me alone. Mind your own business.
What did you do?
Do what?
Break your parole!
Not trying to break my parole.
Where were you going?
Farmington Avenue. He said he's teaching your ways.
That is true.
Then why were you sneaking? You were tiptoeing.
Professor Cogan warned us to walk softly over that dungeon.
Oh, of course.
When you idiots slammed that door, you took 10 years off my life.
Are you insane? Are you trying to blow this part of the world?
Sorry.
After Izzy, the total destruction of Europe, you say.
What did I say?
You've got to do something about that bomb. We can't live like this.
The men of Finley enjoy play with fire. The kind of fire you find in the way of the sun.
Oh no.
Please,
Mind slamming that that door again?
We promised to help with some work. Come on.
What work?
Vital work for this country. We're late for it now.
Collaborationists!
I'm sure the bomb couldn't be set up by this denomination. You must have some reassuring information about the trigger mechanism of the bomb.
What did make it safer?
We can't.
It's hard to completely we have nothing, not even for bombing purposes.
Watch closely on one tiny part.
How tiny.
Senator, go away with that.
One sentence, a whole hydrogen.
Tully gave definite orders.
Tully will have other things on his mind. Will removing such a small piece really make it safer? You have no idea.
We don't have
But
authority.
you think no bigger than this. That's my word. Absolutely. Take the general out to the library. I, assuming full responsibility.
That's the spirit.
This way. I hope you know what we're doing.
I'll have to see you past the sentry. If you try to do anything more than you suggested, I'll have your head on a pike. And when we talk this way, Grant Henry, we're talking literally.
We command you as a loyal subject to marry us. We suggest you marry us. Marry me. Will you please marry me? Yeah, I know. Yes? I thought that might be you. Mrs. Axon, I was expecting to see Tully. Maybe you'll be along. Would you like to leave a message? I'd better speak to myself. I've got something I need to say to him. But it's spending all the time looking after the front kids instead of looking after the national court. Have you noticed the change in school? Seems all you get about half the international situation. You know, I pity the girl that marries him. But so do I. More and more. Just leave a message. Don't pass it along. I promise. It's personal. Would you like me to leave when it gets here? In a way, it concerns you too. Mrs. Baskin, don't think me rude, but how did Mr. Baskin go about proposing? Tell the truth, I didn't know he was proposing. You're my father. What? Tell me. Well, you see, I took him to the side and had him say something to the effect that he had been asked by his daughter whether he intended to be Mr. Baskin's father-in-law. By the time my husband and me talked to me, he was so excited that he shook hands with me and kissed my father.
That little table to report to me as soon as you know who it is. On the double. Come on, there's someone at the floor.
Sorry, I'm pleased.
There's a big black car on board. Is there any way I can be of service?
I have a matter to discuss. It's a matter of state, but it's something personal too. It's more personal, really, than a matter of state.
I'll do all in my power to help.
It's not really a matter of helping. It's a matter of cooperating, of working with you.
Working with you?
Yes. No. Well, not exactly. Please, you say it. Me. Say the Any further comments regarding our treatment of prisoners?
Your behavior in all matters concerning this unfortunate war has been exemplary. The United States wishes to terminate hostility and order the siege of peace.
In your terms. First, unlike most victorious nations, we are today under no obligation to rehabilitate the United States.
What?
Yes or no?
Yes.
The invitation to Yonks and Raphael California is to be prohibited.
That company was a violation of our own laws. The invitation has already been withdrawn.
Now, please give it to me.
All right, how much?
$1 million.
Billion? B for billion?
I said M for million.
Only 1 million? We've spent more than that in rehabilitating a single small town in Germany or Japan.
Ah, but that's where you're wrong. You see, there's an important difference. They lost.
You got a point. However, we'd like to do much more. We could send machinery, technical assistance. More money is required. All we ask in return is a few months.
I'm sure it can work at an equitable scale.
No problem, ma'am. Gentlemen, all matters relating to captured enemy weapons are entrusted to our victorious High Constable, Tully Bassett.
But Cuba,
Our decision's irrevocable.
no, praise, glory, be reasonable, Tully.
We can try such a bargain.
You may.
I don't bargain. I levy tribute. Bring up face of consequences. The United States pays indemnity, and California must pay tribute. An annual tribute of 12 dozen pomegranates.
Pomegranates?
For Floriana.
You do think of me.
Of course, you've always come first. And I do have an offhand reaction.
Look, we'll pay the pomegranates. The pomegranates grows to bless you. You're making pomegranates in anything. Actually, $1 million, I happen to have it on me. Now let's talk about the bomb.
There's nothing to talk about. The bomb is Professor Kogan's. You're told silence. I have plans for the bomb. Plans?
Please tell
Get
me.
rid of it.
Well, form a new group, keep a sharp eye on the big three and all such mighty powers. We'll organize a tiny 20.
Tiny 20.
Insanity.
Assuming the bomb is as powerful as ever, what would you do with it?
You call it a peace weapon, and that's what I'd make it. I don't know if we could deter some combat aggressor, but we can give them one more thing to worry about. One more reason to hesitate.
What reason?
I serve notice that Grand General will not allow any more aggression.
But you haven't said what you do.
And the power trying to take over will face a determined task force that will transport a mighty bomb to an inland border, where I'll strike it with my axe.
You wouldn't. You'd be killed.
The country starting a war will have to consider the possibility that we mean what we say. I'll strike it with my axe.
The bomb is, Professor Kogan's got to it. I know it. What? He was only going to take out the tiny piece.
He was going to what?
Make it safer, that's all.
You idiots! He disarmed it!
Did you accept the fight?
In spite of this man's insane refusal to let me near the bomb, after
And?
and I couldn't do what they warn the world. They must not do anything to bring up eradicate. You see, this peace weapon is more problem than the solve.
Highness, the only question remaining. Was he after authorities?
He's our High Constable.